your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what good you say? I doubt it is, man. That's just something. I haven't even disrespect for you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt.
I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean.
Boy, what's up, boys and girls? It's 11:49 a.m., still morning here on the East Coast. Welcome to Mayr in the Morning. I am your host, Chrissie Mayr. Very unbrushed this morning. I've literally been sitting here meaning to go live for like an hour and a half, but there's just so much. There's so much coming in, and there's so much more information on the situation. And sometimes dogs poke their head in and take one of my socks and run away. So that's what I'm dealing with here. So holy crap, let's get ourselves up to date here. Gosh, yesterday, you know what? I will bring up Frank's tweet from yesterday because he does a good job at covering Eliza Blue PR. As of yesterday, the exciting news or the update was that, Ian Crossland had put out a response video, which I really like, and I really respect that he's just very candid, refreshingly honest. Like he didn't even really need to go into why he was canoodling with Eliza, but I appreciate that he did. Ian Crossland basically released a video saying, yeah, we were single at the time. We were cuddling on the couch, basically like big deal. But he finally did address the censorship issue going on with Eliza Blue and Brittany Venti, which the tweet that started it all. Venti is still, what is this, day 20, 21? Venti is still locked out of her Twitter account. So, God, so much has happened. My God, I'm scrolling down. Okay. Because even just since last night, so much more has happened. Okay. This is a pretty concise summary of where we were at, yesterday evening. Today from the Eliza Blue PR news desk, Ian Crossland addressed the Venti censorship, calls out Eliza. Yeah, and he spoke directly to her and was like, if you're abusing TOS, that's not right. These accounts should not be suspended unfairly. Candace Owens and Mark Dice speak out. Candace's piece on Eliza is set to come out tomorrow. So that is something I am excited to look out for. And Mark Dice also chimed in on the subject. I think he wrote a long comment, I believe, on like a YouTube comment somewhere. Tim Pool publicly apologizes to Jeremy the Quartering, wants unity to fight together. And I think that was definitely communicated in his stream last night. I was like sitting in a scalding hot bathtub because that's what lessens my anxiety, I guess. So I'm like in the bathtub, like watching Tim Pool. And he seemed to the guy, I really respect that he kind of fessed up to kind of being an asshole. And, to me, it seemed like he was apologizing to basically everybody involved. It was as much of as an apology, I think, as he's ready to do right now. And I think he's just under immense pressure not to make excuses for him. But it's been interesting because I've, even though he unfollowed me at one point, we have been in contact, throughout this whole thing. And it is interesting because people have been saying like, oh, because he finally brought up the Eliza thing a little bit more, and he brought up my tweet where I show all of my videos that got taken down from YouTube. Eliza gets dozens of videos taken down off YouTube, nearly 10 creators directly affected. Myself, Venti, Farron, among them. Things are picking up quickly. Things should have always been about censorship and not placing Jack Murphy beards on Tim's hat, regardless of how funny they are. So this is where we were at last night, and then Tim did his stream where he was basically kind of saying to everybody, like, gosh, we've really like lost sight of our we lost focus of what's important here. And I don't know, it's and now I'm hearing like Eliza is melting down. All right, we're gonna jump around a lot, obviously. This is gonna be a messy stream today. Let's bring up Eliza's stream because she is currently, I'm told, breaking news, having a meltdown. This is so funny to me. So this is her tweet from yesterday where she was saying, I'm digitally sexually exploited. Like, what the hell does that even mean? It's like, you did a music video. It was public. You didn't get it taken down. 6 years later, people started asking questions about it. That's the long and short of it. And then here we have Candace Owens responding an hour ago. Honestly, just get a real job. This is hilarious. Why is everyone mad at her? She raises awareness. Oh yeah, we're so mad at the sex trafficking awareness. Yeah, okay. That's what we're mad at. Sure. Sure, people. And of course, this is the internet. You have people coming into this thing at all levels of knowledge, from zero knowledge to been looking into this for weeks or months, or even a couple of years. People have been suspect of her. So here is my gosh, she's currently tweeting. Where do we even begin? Where do we even begin? This was from last night where she was saying, thanks for the men. Thank you to the men who have been there for me. She always likes to shout out the men. Okay, this is 13 minutes ago. Today, I've decided to change my story as a survivor. A rut-row. I have been abused on a third time on a massive digital scale. It's called image-based sexual abuse, IBSA. Every individual who knowingly profited off this content without my consent has become my abuser in my story. Cut me a fucking break, Eliza. Dude, you gaslighting whore. You were in a music video that was publicly made, that you consented to doing, that you pursued willingly. In fact, pursued it like it was a goal, reached out to someone from WorldStar in their personal DMs, like desperately wanted to do this music video of yourself. There was no nudity. Okay, you were scantily clad, but it was a music video that was on YouTube, not demonetized, not age restricted, and it was up there for 6 years. Okay, it's not our fault for questioning your story. If you wanted to change your name and become a brand new person, you should have cleaned up your shit, girl. You should have made sure there was no hoe shit online as far as you could control. You should have got all these music videos taken down. But here's the thing, Eliza, when you change your name 5 times, your internet starts to get messy, okay? And you live so much of your life online. What do you expect people to do? And here's the thing is, like, I'm not condoning any type of threats to her. Like, that's never what this was supposed to be about. I think people just, in their desire for the truth, they just start researching. They just start digging for clues. And we can't control what people research and what comes up, because we are trying to paint a picture of why this woman would censor people for public music videos, for a screenshot from a public music video. That is what this all comes down to. She is using her relationships at Twitter and now YouTube, Google, to get people's videos taken down for public fair use material. It was public at the time that all of us used it. My personal experience was, I had these 4 videos. I was just showing Fair and Balanced her documentary trailer, which featured about 3 to 5 seconds of Eliza in that twerking in the desert WorldStar hip hop video. And when I got the warning email, it was like, boop, because when you submit a privacy claim like Eliza did, I should really post the link of what you have to do. some people are wondering, oh, was it actually Eliza who submitted this? Like, I don't know if people think that we would flag our own videos, just for fun. No, fuck no. You have to personally go through and check off the boxes. You have to write your legal name, all your information. Was it my image? Was it my name? It's a very personal claim form that you have to fill out. So she did this for all of our videos, even if she appeared in it for like 3 to 5 seconds. And she's claiming that this public material, she's comparing it to revenge porn. She's comparing it to shared nudes, private nudes. No, girl, this was public. This was a public music video that Brittany Venti took 2 screenshots of to put in a tweet to ask you about your timeline and how this music video fits into your timeline and into your sex trafficking work. It was a pretty innocent question, honestly. You didn't like reach out to her privately. You didn't reach out to me or any of the rest of us whose videos you censored privately, because that's literally step 3 in this privacy claim process. YouTube actually suggests, like, hey, why don't you reach out to the creator of the content, because sometimes they don't know, blah blah blah. It's their whole boilerplate language there. She didn't reach out to any of us. This woman went on a censorship spree, and now she's calling it image-based sexual abuse. No, girl, you had a video that you didn't take down before you wanted to start your new personality. How is that our fault? We just want the truth. No one's trying to cancel you for life. This is what happens when a bunch of people start searching for the truth, and you're not responding to anybody. You're blocking a lot of us. You're not answering our questions. So people start to want to put together a picture of what's going on, and that's why people are doing internet deep dives on you, not to harass you, but to figure out why you're lying and why you're abusing TOS. The idea that all of this drama, all of this 3 weeks long story is all because you're upset that a music video of you was still out there. Who the fuck do you think you are, man? There's plenty of photos and videos of me, of most of us that are online that we probably wish weren't there, but I'm not going to censor people over it. I'm not going to have people delete their YouTube videos over it. There's people out there who make lies about me, make videos with made up stories about me, like, unless they're directly copying and just playing like a stand-up performance, or just straight up copying and playing a whole episode with no commentary, nothing that makes it transformative. That's one thing, but people are using these clips of you in these music videos to be like, hey, she was in a music video at this time. Is this when she was claiming to be trafficked? We're just looking for answers. And instead of answering anybody, she censors everybody. And now she's claiming this is image-based sexual abuse and that we're all her abusers now. Wouldn't it be easier to just like come out and tell the truth, Eliza? No, she's just going to triple down. You didn't fight censorship. You fought to exploit me. Nude/partially nude sexual suggestive content with them. No, dude, it was not nude. You did a music video willingly. You got paid for it. We have the screenshot from WorldStar that proves that you were paid for this. You literally did work, a public music video that was up for 6 years without my consent. So Eliza, someone, like, you know what I mean? Someone needs my consent to repost. I don't know. I think I was on the Travel Channel 10 years ago. Someone needs my consent to repost that video or use that in context of, let's say people are like, I don't believe Chrissie Mayr is a stand-up comedian. I don't believe it. I've only come to know her the last couple of years. She does a lot of podcasting. I don't actually believe that she does stand-up. So one would think, okay, well, we're going to research Chrissie Mayr and see if she really does stand-up. They're going to do, Google search, DuckDuckGo search, whatever, image search, Twitter search. And then people go, oh, okay, we have proof that she was at this show, that show. I mean, it's just people are doing research because they're trying to see if you're lying about your backstory. Uh, we don't need your consent, Eliza, to try to figure out if you're lying about who you are and your timeline. Don't compare the search for the truth to harassment. You're just playing the victim again, and I don't think it's working for you. I think your public persona is shot, and you're just digging your heels into this victim mentality. And I think people aren't buying it. If you would have asked, I wouldn't have consented. It was a public music video, Eliza. You believed, hold on. Okay. You believed that I consented previously, so you decided to take my body and use it for your gain. Eliza, nobody cares about your fat ass body. We literally only cared about this music video because it conflicts with your timeline and the times that you say you were trafficked. And it conflicts with behavior, which a lot of folks have said conflicts with how people who have been sex trafficked typically act. Again, this is about why someone is exploiting terms of service and taking advantage of their close personal relationships with people at Twitter, Google, YouTube to censor people, literally instead of being honest, literally instead of answering questions. Our gain. Nobody is trying to. We're asking questions about this, Eliza, because we want to know the truth, not because we're like, ooh, we need to keep talking about this. Because you know what? If it wasn't you, Eliza, I would be on YouTube today talking about something else. I'd be talking about the news. So it's like you're not the one keeping everybody's afloat financially, girl. Like we would all be talking about something else, but your censorship is the news of the day. So to prove that I'm not a survivor, many made me a victim again. You can never say I'm not a survivor of exploitation now because you made me once again. You didn't fight to expose government malfeasance or tech censorship. You fought to post my body without consent. I think when you spend like a number of years either stripping or doing sex work or escorting, which there is proof of all of that online. It was literally like at least 2 of her 5 personalities involved either like escorting, sex work, whatever. There's a lot of proof for these things. You don't get to turn around and say a couple years later, uh, now that you've created a new personality and a new grift, you don't get to say, "Oh my God, you're exploiting me." Girl, you willingly spent years making these music videos. There's proof of you bragging about it. There's proof of you on camera bragging about it to your mom. There's proof that you were paid. There's proof of you saying, "Yep, this is what I needed to take myself to the next level." How are we exploiting you, Eliza? Girl, you exploited yourself and now you have regrets. That's not our fault for asking questions about you. You're a public figure. You should be able to handle some questions. Oh, the doubling down. I guess that's her only move now. She has to just claim that people using 3 to 5 seconds of her in a public music video is abuse. That's really what we're going with? Okay. Today I have to change my story. Yeah, okay. Is this because Candace Owens is looking into you now that you have to now change your story? Is this because some more high profile people are starting to notice? Could that be why you suddenly want to change your story? Interesting. Actual people who were friendly with you, Eliza, like myself. You remember we chatted for like throughout 2020, 2021. I had you on my show 4 times. Remember when I tweeted at you one time and saying, "Hey, I think you're mistaken here. I don't think Venti did anything wrong. I hope Eliza can see that. I don't see how you were trafficked to the desert to shoot this music video." Oh, and you blocked me right away without a conversation. I texted you. You didn't write me back. Yeah, some of us have tried reaching out. You're not interested in a conversation, Eliza. You're not interested in trying to explain, "Oh, I don't like that." You went ahead and censored everybody. And publicly on Twitter, you're gonna make it look like you're still a victim. Girl, and her engagement is down. Her followers are down. Everything is down. Whew. But I am very interested to see what Candace Owens comes up with today. I wonder if Eliza actually responded to her, gave her the time of day. She's not giving any of us the time of day. She doesn't like to answer questions. She just goes, "Oh, I don't like that video of me. I'm going to have YouTube and Google take it down. And then if it comes up again, I'm going to use that to sue people because I didn't like that video of me." Meh. Instead of answering questions, I'm just going to censor people and then claim to be a victim. Eliza, you are not looking good. You're not setting a very good example for victims here, survivors, whatever you want to call it. It's been interesting to see, like, we're still looking for answers. It's been how many days and we're still wondering how someone could get away with censoring people off of a public video. Kevin Brady, thanks for the 5. Been watching this whole thing. You handled everything very rationally while people were screeching. I hope people learn from you. Oh, thank you. I really try to see things from other people's perspective. And I really feel for Tim Pool. I've seen people, in the chat last couple days say, "Oh, Chrissy, you're trying to defend Tim Pool because he mentioned he wants to have you on his show." The truth of the matter is I have been in talks about getting back on the show since the beginning of January. I tried emailing the booker for some because Tim and I spoke and he's like, "Yeah, email the booker. We'll try to get you on." I think I emailed the booker January 5th or 6th. She said there was nothing available. I said, "Okay, let's work on like something maybe in the spring." So it was a discussion before all this Eliza stuff popped up. And I do feel for Tim because I think he's at the end of the day, like he's still just like one guy. And those of us who create content or whatever, or if you're just mouthy on Twitter, we've all had shit said about us, and I just can't imagine, like, what that's like for him because I know all the insults that people say about me. Some people are, correct with their insults. They say things I'm actually insecure about, and some people just say full-fledged lies, and those things are easier to dismiss. But take whatever shit that someone on the internet gets and multiply it by 1,000, and that's what Tim has to deal with every day. And you know what I think? People love to shit on Tim Pool because people have compared him to like the new mainstream media. But then he's also got a lot of fans who love him and support him, and maybe they're not as vocal. I think because he is a person who does not tend to really like share a lot of his personal feelings online. I think some people mistake that for him being like cold or unfeeling or not having emotions. Like, okay, last night aside, last night he definitely, and of course the other night when he kind of had like that little meltdown and was like, "Scroats my goats, like go fuck yourself." Clearly like the emotions have been piling up, but I think generally, and I don't watch Tim every night, but I've watched enough to know he's not somebody who, he doesn't talk about like his personal relationships. He doesn't like the way that I talk about my personal relationships, the way that like Venti, will talk about other content creators. And Tim, I don't think does that as much. I think he tries to really keep it professional and based on news. And that's the thing is like I was thinking about this today. I'm like, well, what if I got to Tim Pool's level? Like, what if it was me in those shoes? Like, I would have just as many haters. They'd be hating for different reasons. Um, I don't know. I think it just helps to put yourself in the guy's shoes. It's so easy to criticize. It's so easy to criticize somebody else because you look at Tim and you're like, well, he's a millionaire. Fuck him. He's got all this money. Like he doesn't know what it's like to be the little guy, or whatever your like complaints of him are. You just don't know what he's dealing with. He's running a business. He's trying to like do the news and create content. He's also trying to manage several different employees who may not all have the same values as him, who may not, you know what I mean? Like, clearly there's a conflict over which guests to bring on or which guests not to bring on. And not to excuse the things he said or make it okay that, it's definitely not okay that Shane Cashman called us digital cannibals or leeches or whatever. And I think last night Tim was trying to make the discernment between YouTubers and like the PR bots. So I think he last night was genuinely trying to apologize. I think we don't know like what information he's being fed. We don't like, you know what I mean? We all like to assume each of us are the center of our own universe, right? So when I talk to somebody about the Eliza Blue thing, I'm coming from the perspective of I've seen so many videos about it. I've seen so much research. I've talked to so many people, but you can't assume that somebody knows as much as you do on a given topic. Like even today, I'm seeing comments like, "Oh, why are you going after Eliza? She just wants to help people." And I'm like, "Oh my God, where have you been? Where have you been for 3 weeks?" But some people are just late. Some people like this is day one of Eliza Gate for some people. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. And now Tim's tweeting about should he shut down TimCast. So he's clearly thinking about like what he wants to do with himself going forward. That's my thoughts on that. Again, I'm not trying to excuse the things he said that might have been shitty, but my God, would I do better if I were in his position and you know, you're so famous, you have so much more money to manage, you have so many employees to manage, and then you have employees that are doing shit that you don't even know about because that any company that grows, it's just you're not going to be able to be on top of everything. It's your inner circle is so important. That's what I'm kind of learning is like the people like you really got to make sure the people close to you have your values in mind and are trustworthy and what people's motives are. Oh my God, I'm rich. It's such a burden. I know. It's so easy to say that. Here's the thing is like it's so easy to criticize Tim Pool, but you have to ask yourself like what am I doing to help? There are some days all I do is bitch on Twitter for sure. There are some days all I do is like live stream and bitch about the news. It's very easy to bitch. It's the easiest thing to do. But I think when you think about, oh, Tim's doing this wrong, Tim's doing this wrong, it's like, what the fuck have you done today to help solve the problems? Or what have you done today to I don't know, that goes towards your values? A lot of times the answer is nothing. It's just a lot easier to criticize. And like Tim is not perfect, but he is better than the mainstream media. If you don't like Tim, you can probably name at least 1 or 2 guests that he's had on that you really like, that do speak to your values, that do vibe with you. He's platformed a couple duds, but he's platformed a lot of great people too. Uh it's a mess. What's up, Farron? Chrissy, appreciation super chat. You've had a lot of crap thrown your way and you stayed strong and true to yourself. Round of applause for Chrissy. Stop. Also, she is a stand-up comic with no nudes. That's one thing I did right. Matthew Hammond, Chrissy cast IRL in the near future. Hopefully, after the TimCast appearance, we can put this behind us. Eliza does not deserve this much time. Yeah, and what I hate is that we really are distracting ourselves from the important issue here, which is censorship and abusive TOS, and how someone was able to weasel their way. And at this point, she's lied so much, we just can't believe a word out of her mouth. It's bad. We don't know what's true, what's a lie, what's a cope from her at this point. Her people's trust for her is completely shot. And at the end of the day, isn't that all we have is our word? Can people believe the things we're saying? And Eliza just doesn't have that. Pro guns. Thanks for the super chat. The PR firm paid me to tell you to leave Eliza alone. Bye. So many PR firms. EF. Thanks for the super chat. Sounds like she's admitting to lying and trying to spin it. Yes. Oh my God. By saying, no, I'm being digitally sexually exploited. My God. Yeah. Now that Candace Owens is sniffing around. Whoo. Candy smells blood in the water. It is not going to be good. Candace can be a fucking pit bull when she wants to. What's up, Ryoji? Thanks for the super chat. She's getting ratioed pretty badly on every one of her new posts on Twitter. Yeah, because no one believes anything she says. It's sad. She could be 100% truthful at this point. Nobody believes her. Susan Wajiki, thanks for the super chat. Eliza is so insulting. Someone who has actually been S abused. Thanks, Chrissy, for calling this BS out. Yeah, I've been hearing on the Twitter Spaces and mostly in the Twitter Spaces because it's hard to tweet this kind of stuff, I guess. But people who have admitted to their own either trafficking or abuse and like giving like kind of graphic details, and you're like, oh damn, yeah, this person is not lying. Like they're so if anything, it's gotten real survivors to kind of speak out and say like, this is not cool. Mugskins, thanks for super chat. I'm not interested in drama, fame, money. I'm interested in worldly affairs. This is part of Tim Pool's Twitter rant this morning. Lying beta. It's pretty hard to do what he does and not have fame enter into it. And I think the better you're doing, the more money you're going to make. So it's hard to take money out of the equation, And I think it's impossible to take drama out of the equation because we're human beings with feelings. What is drama really but like passion? You could say, oh, Chrissy, you're so dramatic about January 6th. And it's like, bitch, I was there. I'm just trying to get the truth out about the day and my experience there. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of impossible to be at the profile he's at without drama, fame, and money. I think it sounds like maybe he said that like his desire is to just focus on the worldly affairs. He probably wishes these other things didn't factor in so much. I don't know. Is it fair to say that he's lying? I mean, do any of us really know him well enough to say that? I don't know. I think it's easy to just say, oh, he's lying. He sucks. Mark Zart for 5. Thanks for super chat. When you go on TimCast, you should say you want to bring Brittany with you. I would love to. It should be Brittany and Quartering telling the story. Definitely Brittany. But luckily, at the end of the day, like none of us really need TimCast. If people are interested in this story, they know where to find us. They know what channels to go to. At this point, if you've been following the story, you know who's talking about it and who's not. So I think that's what's pretty great about being like an independent content creator is you don't have to have a million subs to get your message out there. Like I'm a very small channel. The last thing I expected was to have Tim like put my my screenshot tweet of all my videos that had been taken down on his show last night. That was like a surprise. But maybe it was kind of like a, hey, this censorship is really, it's still happening. It's ramping up. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Deranged lunatic. Chrissie Mayr, unbrushed and unbreaded. Thank you. I don't know if you guys are going to believe this, but I have not washed my hair since Saturday. Almost been a full week. Today's Thursday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wow. This is day 6 of not washing my hair. I'm kind of amazed at how good it looks. It's pretty dirty. It's pretty greasy, like right over here. That's why I try to just like tilt my head away from the yuck. I've been showering. Okay. I've been showering. I just haven't washed my hair in 6 days. Yeah. I understand why you guys are upset. he's a high profile guy, and it's impossible to do what he does and not be scrutinized. I think my hope is if I ever get to that level, I hope I have good people around me that I trust that are looking out for me. What's up, Jesse Skipper? Censorship is not EB's fault. Twitter is solely responsible. EB was just a catalyst that showed this. Attention must be directed in a coordinated offensive directed at Twitter. Why is that not happening? That's a very good question, Jesse. I think we're getting distracted and people are getting upset. Like, people are very much getting upset at the Eliza lying and grifting off of trafficking victims. Like, there's a lot of evidence to support that she was just a stripper turned escort who then managed to, like warp her story into some sort of sex trafficking persona. Because if she really were telling the truth, like she's had so many opportunities to clear the air. She won't like name her trafficker. To me, that's like step 1. Wouldn't you want other people to avoid this person? And I really just don't buy so much of the story. Like, oh, she was supposedly 17 when she moved to LA. What mother lets their daughter move to LA at 17 and then lets them go back after allegedly like being abused? I just don't buy it. Oh, I have a headache. Okay. Eliza's a paid actor. It's like I just keep refreshing her Twitter feed. I'm just like, what else is gonna come out? Oh, wow. Okay, now Annie Donowald is tweeting about this. I wonder if people are coming after her now. Annie Donowald, this is the woman who tried to raise 50 grand to literally cover the legal expenses. She tried to sue her parents over claims that her parents were like child sex trafficking, and she lost, and she owes $47.50K in legal fees. And then she coincidentally had a gutter fall. Well, I don't have to put it in quotes. She literally did have a gutter fall down from her safe house. And she's like, look at this. The roof is coming off. I need $50,000 to fix this roof. And we're all like, bitch, it's a gutter. Insurance will cover that for next to nothing. So this is not a credible source here. The lying narrative people are using to discredit Eliza and myself has been a hate campaign to discredit and destroy. Maybe consider why we're targeted. Organized crime doesn't go away quietly in the night. Common sense isn't so common. May want to reconsider your stance. Again, Annie, you've come with no receipts. Why don't you post a screenshot or something of like an email that you got from her way back in the day or something that gives us a sense of truth in this timeline? Her word is not really good right now. Like, it's not very solid, Annie. You're kind of a grifter. You're very much also a grifter. Wow. I can't retweet or at anyone right now because the account that I retweet is overwhelmed with bots. What? The account that I retweet. What does that even mean? This account? The account that I retweet is overwhelmed with bots, hate, sexually suggested pictures of me, etc. I have not seen any nudes of Eliza. I've literally just seen photos that she voluntarily took from her modeling career, like her headshots and stuff, and screenshots from publicly available music videos she's done. My apologies to everyone. I can't even retweet missing kids. Oh, I can't even retweet the missing. I have been so busy dealing with my online victimization that I can't even do my my work. I can't retweet missing kids. But it would mean a lot if you went and retweeted them. Okay, let's find some missing kids to retweet. In Eliza's stead, let's find some missing kids to retweet. Let's see. How does one even find out about missing kids? Let's go to Twitter and retweet about missing kids on Eliza's behalf. Search Twitter. Missing kids. All right. All right, let me know when you guys see a missing kid. I'll retweet them. Over 1 million kids vanished from public schools during the pandemic. Some went to private schools, others started homeschooling, but hundreds of thousands are still unaccounted for. I'm looking for a single missing kid that I can retweet. How come these kids that are missing don't have access to their Twitter accounts and they can't tell us all that they're missing? Let's see. How can I retweet about a missing kid? Okay. I mean, maybe this is an article I could retweet. She's trying to distract us. You guys, focus on the missing kids. Don't focus on my lying and grifting and fraud. That's how I know she's listening to what people are saying about her, because we're like, "What work are you doing? Like, you spent more time on this censorship bullshit than you have helping anybody." She's so full of it. Oh my god. And again, this is all like such a hating on Tim. It is a distraction because we're still just trying to find out, why was Eliza able to abuse TOS, and why did she censor people instead of answer questions about her timeline? That's it. Oh, this is what I wanted to bring up before. What's happening to like the hate, some of the hate that Tim is getting is not uncommon. I brought this article up maybe a couple weeks ago, but this is chicks on the right. They got shit for not covering Eliza Blue at first, or maybe they're not even covering it at all still. So they put this piece out. Some chick named Eliza is causing the internet to explode, and we are now being criticized for what we are not saying about it. What the fuck? This came out just a week ago. In case you haven't heard, there's a chick who currently goes by the name Eliza Blue, who has gained popularity on Twitter and elsewhere as a human trafficking survivor advocate, which is what her Twitter bio says, so it must be true. I started following her on Twitter several weeks ago when I heard her speaking at a Twitter space one evening, because I found her to be compelling, and it seemed like she had gained the esteem of Elon and other folks I respect, Zuby, Ben Shapiro, Tim Pool, etc. But honestly, I didn't think much about her after I initially followed her, and I didn't really pay attention to her tweets. What you people don't realize is, like, every guest who comes on Tim Pool is not necessarily somebody that Tim wanted on. Like, he's the booking decisions are not solely his to make. But honestly, I didn't think much about her after I initially followed her, and I didn't really pay attention to her tweets. For the last couple of weeks, though, I have seen her name everywhere. There are literally dust clouds of drama surrounding this woman. And y'all, Daisy and I have approximately had this much interest on it. 0% interest. So here are the chicks on the right saying they are not interested at all in covering Eliza. This was just a week ago. I mean, so who knows? Maybe they've changed their mind since then. But they're kind of going, fuck you guys. Like, we don't like being harassed either. And I can understand coming from the position of like, wow, people have really been harassing me to cover this. I almost don't want to now just because I'm being harassed. And I think chicks on the right and also Tim were feeling that way. And it sucks that the drama got in the way of the real issue, which is the censorship. Yeah, you might be a person who's obsessively interested in the story, and lots of people we respect definitely are. They're giving tons of coverage, and I see constant tweets about her every day. It's exhausting. But far be it for us to tell other people what they should or shouldn't be interested in. Unfortunately, there are actual people out there who think that we have some sort of obligation to cover Eliza. They think that they should tell others what we should or shouldn't be interested in. It's just the oddest thing to me. Like, I get when people are mad at us for things we say, but to be mad at us for things we are not saying, what the fuck? And I understand why people, we're giving people shit because they're like, this is a really important story. You got to cover it. I understand both sides, I think. Which brings me to why this post is part of our wall of shame. Oh, wow. So this person tweeted Candace here. Now that this is blown up, all of you are either hiding, keeping quiet, or trying to do a fake story. It's harsh to assume. It's not fair to assume that people aren't covering it because they are hiding or they're faking it. Like, it's just you have no control over what comes up on someone's radar or what they value, what they care about, what they have time to cover. Was my reply harsh? You bet it was, but you don't get to accuse me of stuff like that baselessly. LG decided that since Candace, Bryson, Greg Crowder, and we had not given oxygen to this. Oh, LG decided that since Candace, Bryson, Greg Crowder, and we had not given oxygen to this story that we are hiding or trying to do a fake story. I think I understand the people. The people are very concerned, and the people look to folks who have big platforms to help run the story up the food chain. So yeah, this is Chicks on Right basically being like, okay, it is covered by many other outlets. Awesome. There are lots of psycho criminals out there. We're not always going to cover every single one individual person just because they're interested. Hey, I appreciate that. I understand. But here's just an example of how people got very mad at Chicks on the Right for not covering it. So no matter what your size, and they're nowhere near as big as Tim Pool, people are always going to be mad at you for not covering something. And like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Force somebody to talk about it? What you gonna do? Anyway, the moral of the story is if you're gonna be a stripper, Ben Horseman. I thought beautiful redheads, blue eyes didn't exist. Oh, well, thank you. This has died, so I'm a little chemically enhanced. What's up, Junior? Thanks for the super chat. If Netflix turns the Eliza Blue story into a show, who do you want to play in the series? Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, let's see. Who would play Eliza in the Netflix? This is a great exercise. Who would play Eliza? So now I've Googled blonde, short-haired actresses. Anne Heche. I was gonna say Anne Heche, but she's dead. Didn't she die? Okay, who would play Eliza? Oh, maybe what's her face? Heath Ledger's ex. That's what I call her. Heath Ledger's ex. Alicia Cuthbert. Oh, maybe Scarlett Johansson. Ooh, maybe Charlize Theron. She could play like a psycho. I would say, yeah, Charlize Theron could play Eliza. Or maybe ScarJo. Who's this? Hannah Spirit. She looks the part. Kristen Stewart, maybe. Like whoever can act just like very unstable. Interesting. I could picture Kim Cattrall going, I'm an advocate. When's brunch? Yeah, maybe this chick. God, what's her name? I should really know. What the hell's her name? It's going to bother me. Michelle Williams, thank you. Okay, who would play Brittany Venti? Let's see. Long hair, brunette actress. This is how we search for actresses, just by hair color. Who would play Brittany Venti in the Netflix remake of the Eliza Blue story? Please give me your suggestions. Lizzo, Amber Heard, Dylan Mulvaney. Okay, who would play Venti? Oh my God, who's that actress whose eyes are like a little bit set far apart? She's gorgeous, but that's something people give Venti shit for. God, what's her name? She was in the chess show, Queen's Gambit. Oh my god, I should know this. Anna Taylor-Joy. She could play Venti for sure. Wow, she kind of looks good in every hair color. Okay, so she plays Venti for sure. Like smart, calculating, maybe autistic, like just fucking not gonna let things go. Okay, who would play Quartering? I'll say blonde male, or no, I'll say brown-haired actor. This is how we search for actors. Who plays Quartering? Seth Rogen? Chris Pratt? Would Chris Pratt play Quartering? That's very kind of you. Yeah, I think Brittany Venti could play Brittany Venti. That would be ideal. Seth Rogen. Kevin James. Kevin James could play Quartering. Jeff Bridges. Oh, that might be good. What's he look like again? Ooh, this is a little Jeff Bridges is a little too old to play Quartering. This is funny. Okay, Kevin James is decent. Matt Damon. Jonah Hill. I despise Jonah Hill. Ugh. But maybe. No, actually, maybe am I confusing him for the other one? Yeah, I'm confusing him for Seth Rogen, who I also despise. Yeah, maybe Jonah Hill could be Quartering. Okay. Yeah, I like Jonah Hill for this, for Quartering. Okay. Who would play me? Would I be involved in this? Just somebody gorgeous. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. Redhead female actress. Come on, who's gonna play? Whoa, boy, and that's nudes. Okay, we're done with that game. Amy Adams. That's not fair. Let's talk about the news. What the hell? Who would play Anna? Let's talk about the news. Oh, well, that's what you get with Mayor in the afternoon. Okay, let's go to Super Chats. JR, if Netflix. Okay, we already did that. Jesse Skipper. Creators need to coordinate a campaign for answers on Twitter. These are real people who are making the choice central to the problem. Yes, I agree. Like a very targeted, hey, Team YouTube, what the fuck? Paragen X Geek, you geeks and gamers are the new 60 minutes. Oh, thank you. Jesus, wow. High praise. Disease. Chinese food on freeway equals Hunan traffic. Yeah, this is still a great joke. Please keep saying this. This is so funny. Hunan traffic. Oh, okay. Yeah, we need to figure out who's going to play Anna. Eyes on the Wire. In light of recent updates, do you think the Cashman article still gets released by Tim without a massive rewrite? Yeah, I think it just sounds like Shane is just like doing what he wants and he's going to put out what he wants to put out. I don't know. It doesn't seem like he's really checking in with Tim about what to write. I could be wrong. But yeah, of course, if he's writing something else, like how do you not update it with the new information? Dave, thanks for super chat. George Santos lies less than Eliza. One pissed off hippie. Gaslighting is that powerful drug. Yes, it is. I lovely. Got on TimCast. Enjoy it. Get the exposure. Don't let him off easy. He shit all over other creators and their views. He did. He did. And he also apologized for it and said that he was out of line. I mean, I've been on it. I was on it March of 2021. It was great. I had a great experience. It was great to meet Lydia. I met Ian. I think that was it. Mugskins. Smurfette should play Eliza. She is the right color and in a village of male Smurfs. I got really hungry all of a sudden. Crystal Lifeform. The Rock for the quartering if it's a Netflix show. That's funny. Okay, good. Frank's been thinking about this casting, our Netflix casting call for the Eliza Blue story. Eliza will be played by Rose McGowan. Oh, yes, of course. Venti would be played by Zendaya. Quartering would be Kevin James. Camelot would be Chris Pratt. Chrissy would be Amy Adams. Amy Donald, of course. Amy Donald will be played by Kim Basinger. Current. Whoa, what does current look like? I'm afraid to Google now. Kim Basinger today. Oh my God. Yes. Looks just like her. Wow. Looks just like her. Perfect casting. Oh yes, and the father, Richard Mortland, will be played by John Lithgow. This is so funny, dude. Can we please get a fucking not a meme, but can we get maybe a meme together of maybe that's something I'll do. Get all these people together and then be like, coming to Netflix. The Eliza Blue story. Right, who would play Farron? Let's see. What does John Lithgow look like these days? John Lithgow. Oh my God, yes. Looks just like him. He's old. He's a little crusty. John Lithgow's a little crusty right now. Looks just tired. Looks like he just wants to take a nap. I hope I don't look like this when I'm old. Like, I hope I just don't look tired all the time. But I also don't want to look like Madonna. Wow, this is perfect casting, Frank. Good job. You did not need to send a super chat to tell me that. You could have just texted me. This is great. Oh my God. Yeah, Zendaya as Venti. Because she's ethnically ambiguous. Let's see if we can find a Zendaya shot where she kind of looks like Venti. Actually, yes. Oh my God. A lot of them. How did I not realize how much Zendaya looks like Venti? This is perfect casting. Look at this. It looks just like her. She could just be like a little paler if that's possible. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, it's perfect. Holy cow. Chris Pratt. Would Rakeda be in it? I think we have to decide who's going to play Farron. Yeah, I would like it if Amy Adams played me. Sometimes people say I look like her. Oh, wow. See, this is like my hair goals. I kind of want my hair to be this color. It's basically like a strawberry blonde. Look at this. Oh my God. Isn't this a gorgeous hair color? It's basically blonde. She will play me in the Netflix adaptation of the Eliza Blue story. I will have to sit and have brunch with Amy Adams, and she will have to learn my character. She'll have to really take it all in. Wow, I would wear a dress like this. That's so funny. We'll have to hang out and be friends so she can learn my character. That is so funny. Cool. Yeah, who would play Farron? Would Nancy Grace play Farron? Let's see Nancy Grace. Is she really that old looking right now? Nancy Grace today. She is kind of rough looking right now. We gotta find somebody to play Farron. Tim is played by Jackie Chan. That's funny. Who's gonna play Scroats McGoats? I guess anybody, because we don't really have a visual on him. Who from the chat would like to play Scroats McGoats in the Netflix adaptation of the Eliza Blue story? One woman who pretends to be a victim. One man who writes an expose. Oh, I was running through the cornfields in Eliza's family farm, and a single tear ran down my cheek thinking about all that she's been through. My name is Shane, and I'm a soft boy. All you digital cannibals, you don't know her like I know her. Fair and balanced. I always got Heather Graham or Lindsay Lohan. Ooh, Heather Graham. I like her. She's got bimbo power. She's like an OG bimbo. Heather Graham today. I could see it. I could see it. Heather Graham hasn't been up to much lately. You want to jump on, Farron? I miss you. I miss you, girl. Hold on. I have to take the screen from where I almost had to retweet a missing kid. Let's see. Okay, I just DM'd you the StreamYard link if you want to come in. But everybody, this is who will play Farron in the Netflix adaptation of the Eliza Blue story. Heather Graham's going to be like, I'm looking for answers. You bitch. No one believes you. I'm using my dollar store Nancy Grace voice. I have all the receipts. Your ass is grass. Okay, now I want to get a picture of Rose McGowan. Yeah, can we get a Rose McGowan picture with blonde hair? Let's see. Short blonde. Okay, I don't know if there's a picture of her with short hair. Wow, she's had so many different hair colors over the years. Okay, here's a picture of her, like, kind of with a shaved head. Yes, I'm seeing it. Okay. The Eliza Blue story, starring Rose McGowan. I'm a sex trafficking victim because somebody posted up my picture online and I didn't like it. I don't know why everything is in this accent. Oh, my mouse is not working. Okay. Chris the Life Form. Farron is played by Missy Pyle, who played a Nancy Grace character in Gone Girl. Who is Missy Pyle? Doesn't even sound like a real name. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. 1,000 times yes. Oh my God. Farron, this is you. This is who has to play you in the Netflix Eliza Blue story. Dude, Chris, you are on the money with this. Yes, yes, yes. Because she's like got some quirk and some spice to her. She's got a little bit of an edge. Fuck yeah, Missy Pyle, you're in. I hope you're available. Zach G is quartering. Oh, Galifianakis. He's too. Zach Galifianakis is like too kind of spastic. Maybe because I've just seen him playing ridiculous characters. Zach. Yeah, we could go a number of different ways with the quarterings casting. Oh my God. Yeah, actually, yeah. Zach Galifianakis might be a good choice. I like kind of don't think of him as a serious actor, but like, what's up, guys? This is Jeremy from the Quartering. My channel is under attack. Yeah, I could see this for sure. And he's more masculine than like Seth Rogen is not really like masculine enough. Whereas Zach Galifianakis has like, yeah, more of that like sort of quartering lumberjack vibe that we've all come to know. Like sort of an off-duty lumberjack is like that's Quartering's casting vibe. I like this better. Zach, you're in. Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, you're out. Oh, should we put Ian in it? Ian's gonna have to be in it because he's gonna have to like briefly appear to explain his Eliza cuddling video. Carl Urban for quartering. Josh Denny for quartering. That would be clear nepotism. I'm not gonna put a I'm not gonna put a buddy in this. That would be nepotism. Plus, Josh Denny would probably have to lose some weight. Matthew McConaughey. Or right, we could just cast everyone as like super hot actors and actresses. Nick Offerman with a beard for quartering. Let's see. I forget what these people look like. Oh my god. Yes. Oh my god, this is a contender right here. You guys are really good at this. Oh my god, yeah, I think I might have to change my answer because Nick Offerman is like he's got such a dry sense of humor and he's like he could be a little corny like how Jeremy is. Dude, bearded Nick Offerman is a good contender for Jeremy's casting. He's got the light eyes like Jeremy does. I like this. Okay, Zach Galifianakis or yeah, maybe Nick Offerman because he's a little bit more studied. He's a little bit more studious. Or maybe like if Quartering is drunk, then Zach Galifianakis can play him. But I'm liking Nick Offerman, like woodsy, but like serious. I keep using the word woodsy to describe Quartering. We're really bringing it together, guys. We're really pulling it together. Let's scroll my dates across. That's a good idea. Rob Hubel as Ian. No. He doesn't look good with long hair. Who would be good? Oh, you're backstage. Whoops. Oh my god, you've been sitting.
Hi. I know. I feel like a peasant. I feel like one of Eliza's chambermaids.
Oh my god. We've decided, Karen, that Missy Pyle is going to play you in the Netflix live action remake of the Eliza Blue story.
I know. I've been watching, and Zach Galifianakis for sure has to play the Quartering. Have you ever watched Zach Galifianakis? Have you ever watched him do serious roles?
I've seen him in like Between Two Ferns.
This is so weird that his name is coming up. I swear to God, it's like when you put stuff out in the universe. I kid you not. I've been watching so many Zach Galifianakis stand-ups lately. And he does this one where he's an excellent piano player. And he does one where he's doing stand-up and he's like, oh God, I have to remember. Or he's like, my sister has multiple personality disorders. And like in the background is like, and he's like, so when she called me, my caller ID exploded. And then it's like he does like these weird like jokes and stuff with this whole piano in the background and like he's like what's his other joke that he does is like I walk into a bar and the bartender called me a drunk. And you know that you're a real drunk when the bartender's never seen you before, you know?
Oh my God.
He's a hoot and a holler, that's for sure. But I have Shane Cashman, hands down.
Oh right, Shane. Who's gonna play Shane? I didn't even think of that.
Luke Wilson.
Wow.
Yeah, because he's really like mild, like in his speaking and.
Oh my God! Yes, yes. Luke Wilson will play Shane Cashman because I could see him having like a sensitive. I could see Luke Wilson running through the cornfields of Illinois, like getting sentimental and like just in his feelings, like
Yeah,
just
he's like
totally buying into the bullshit story, like being like, oh my God, and they embrace in a warm hug and
exactly,
yeah.
like, like, "Hey, I'm going after this crazy bitch. I don't know why I have to go all over the fields like this. I mean, I guess she was trafficked. I don't know. Her mom said no."
Yeah, this is
Like
his questioning article face. He goes, I don't know, man. I keep slipping into my Owen Wilson accent, like, I
right?
don't know. Story's got a lot of holes in it.
Exactly. And apparently a lot of
You know,
people got in her holes too.
my credibility is on the line here.
Yeah. All around her holes, and I'm not talking just in her story.
I've seen all her holes,
Oh god.
whether I like it or not.
The
You
jokes
know,
just write themselves,
I'm
man.
not gonna reach out to the other sources because fuck them. They're all digital cannibals.
Exactly. I mean, she
They're
gave me
leeches. They're growing. They're growth on the tumor of this situation.
I mean, she gave me the name of the guy who trafficked her, and you probably would already know. I mean, he's a big song guy, so I mean, you probably would know him, but can't tell ya, like
Your secret's safe with me, Eliza. I won't tell people who your trafficker is. And I
exactly.
also won't tell people that it's a made up name that you just created on the spot when I asked you for the name.
Don't worry, it's not me and my brother Owen's names aren't real either. It's okay.
Don't worry. I won't tell everyone that your trafficker is Dr. Dickenballs. Your secret's safe with me, girl.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my
fuck.
god. Remember young Luke Wilson? God, he was so strapping on that leather
Yes.
jacket too.
Woo.
And they still look great, but I mean, damn.
Yeah,
forget.
aging happens. It's weird. Like this Matthew McConaughey picture kind of went viral where he looks rough. Not Matthew McConaughey. Matthew.
I
He
was
was
gonna say,
from
don't you
Friends.
dare.
He was from Friends.
Matthew Perry, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He looks rough.
Which,
Something
speaking of
happened to him.
Friends, who's gonna play Ian Crosslands?
Oh, right. We have to finish casting this. Okay, who will play Ian? Because he needs a sensitive, long-haired, smart, studious.
I mean, part of me thought like somebody like maybe you could do like a rock star, because they definitely always have long hair going, like a Steven Tyler, but clearly not on the face.
Oh my God, Andy Dick cannot be cast as Ian Crossland. He's like in jail now.
No.
I think he is too much of a hot mess. He's out of commission right now. Ian can play Ian.
Andy Dick will be like, so it'll like cut to somebody on their computer and he's like, "Fuck this, Eliza, bitch," and he's a guy behind the computer, like getting in on the action.
Oh my God. Okay, we have an idea from the chat. Oh, long-haired Owen Wilson to play Ian. Like, think about
Shane?
remember when Owen Wilson, like, remember when he was Hansel from Zoolander? Think that.
Okay, so then who's gonna play Shane?
No, Owen.
Owen.
The other one. Owen will
brother.
play Ian, and
that's
then
perfect.
right.
A 2 for
This
1
could
deal.
slowly turn into a fucking God.
Girlfriend.
What's the director that always puts the two Wilson brothers in?
Oh God, I don't remember.
I can't.
I will say this though. There was once a 10-hour stream. It was me, DUI guy, James from Court, and Vanessa, where we casted all of like the Johnny Depp LawTube, like who would play who.
Oh wow.
And I think it actually was, we said Luke Wilson with the prosthetic nose for Rakeda.
Oh yeah.
But no, like everybody like had a person. And I remember the umbrella guy, it was the voice of Matthew McConaughey. Where he's like, all right, you're not gonna believe the new stuff coming down on Eliza Blue, and it was like we had all of these and actually
Thank
it was
you.
a full
Yes,
cast
a Wes
list.
Anderson. It's gonna be a Wes Anderson film, but it might be too quirky to get the truth out. But there could be a Wes Anderson version for sure.
I'm trying to think how we could bring in Vince Vaughn. I mean, do we want? Well, here's the thing: do we want?
Oh, could Vince Vaughn play Frank?
Oh hell, done. And
wow, because he's funny, he's sarcastic.
Yeah,
but he's
gonna
like
be
fun.
Vince Vaughn on the couch, just tweeting like, "Oh yeah, bitch. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Here she is.
Yay!"
Yes, exactly. Now here's the crazy part though: is now it's a comedy, so we're not making it drama,
right?
Which I'm fine with. I actually prefer that.
But what's Vince Vaughn today? Does he look a little rough? All right, if he like sort of gets it together a little, maybe.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Just because personality-wise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're good. Mm-hmm.
Movie poster. Ah! Oh my God, you guys are fast. Okay.
I gotta think more people. Do we get Anna Star Wars girl?
No, we have to. This is so
Selena
funny.
Gomez. Done and done.
Selena Gomez could play Anna. This is all right. You guys are you guys ready? Are you guys? I hope nobody has to pee because you're gonna pee when you see this. Welcome to Netflix Fields of Blue, one woman's ever-changing story of abuse, grift, and those who discovered the truth.
Oh my God.
My God. Yellow Flash is just in the back as himself. Starring Rose McGowan, Zendaya, John Lithgow, Zach Galifianakis, Chris Pratt, Amy Adams, Nancy Grace, and Yellow Flash as himself.
Oh my God.
You know what? Take your documentary and throw it right in the trash because this is what we need to focus on this.
Who has the cell phone of John Lithgow? We will start at the bottom.
Get John Lithgow on the phone. I'm so dead.
Who made that?
Frank did.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Fields of Blue. It's in the fucking cornfields.
Frickin' Zendaya, look at her looking all like, yeah, bitch. You want to block me?
Let's zoom in. Yeah. Okay. One woman's ever-changing story about abuse, grift, and those who discovered the truth.
Oh,
this is literally
God.
Her family's cornfields.
I can't.
And this is this is the other grifting safe house lady. Haley. Wait, Annie Dunawald. That's her dad. Yeah.
No, that's Kim Basinger. That's Kim Basinger.
But Kim Basinger is going to play Annie Dunawald, who
the mom.
No, not the mom, the grifting
the one
Angels.
in Michigan. The one in Michigan, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is so perfect. And look at Fenty with the hair, and Zendaya's just gonna spend a lot of time like, oh, I should have never cut my bangs. What the fuck, you know?
And then special appearance by who do you think it's gonna be?
There you are. It's gonna be younger Nancy Grace as you.
Oh yeah, okay, bitch. Okay. No, who do you think the special appearance is gonna be made by?
Oh. Well, like which actor or which like character from the current real world?
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
What's the worst that I could say? Things are better off this way. So long and good night. Come on. Gerard Way.
Is that My Chemical Romance?
Yes, Gerard Way. Special appearance.
Wait. Candace Owens. Who's gonna play Candace Owens?
Oh shit, Whoopi Goldberg. I don't know. I don't care.
No.
No. Let's see. Maybe like Olivia or what's her name? Octavia.
John.
No, no, she's dead.
and white.
R.I.P. Sandy. R.I.P. Sandy. Love you. That Octavia chick.
Spencer. Isn't she fat though?
Maybe.
Who could play Candace Owens?
I love Farron. You're a good journalist, but please never sing ever. Normally, My Chemical Romance is not in my singing repertoire. Sorry.
Actually,
I love My Chemical Romance.
So. I kind of like because you need someone who's like got sass, you know?
Right. That's what I'm saying. That Octavia girl from How to Get Away with Murder or whatever.
This one, Octavia Spencer.
Oh no!
Like, I see through. Get a job, bitch. Get a real job already, you dumb. Whore.
Okay. I think I might, or maybe it's Olivia. Why am I? She just won a Grammy for like her audiobook or something.
Hold on, Olivia.
Oh God, what is her name? Oh man. Am I really gonna Google?
It's funny. It's like what I'm Googling to find this image. Would embarrass me. Okay, Olivia Davis.
Yes.
Okay.
Or Regina King.
There's no pictures of Olivia. Okay, Regina King. Was she from The Woman King? No. Yes. Although oh my God, no. You know who Regina King is gonna play? She's gonna be playing Tree of Logic.
Oh yes.
Yeah, because she's like in shape.
Okay,
And
Viola Davis, yes, will be Candace Owens.
no
Viola Davis.
nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Playing Tree of Light will be Regina King.
Because Kerry Washington is way too nice to be Candace Owens. Maybe Taraji P. Henson or Taraji P. Henson.
Yes. How do you spell her name?
Taraji.
Taraji. Yeah, Taraji P. Henson. Yes, I could see her as Candace Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Giving us like this fierce, angry cleavage. Let's see. Ooh. I would, yeah. I could see. But then, like, do we want the ties to Empire and Jussie Smollett involved?
Oh yeah,
Empire. Yeah.
The only one that maybe the only other one could be like maybe Robin Givens. She probably would be good too.
Okay.
She was I think she was married to what's his face, Mike Tyson.
Oh.
But she looks good.
Wow, she does look good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Candace Owens is like a little more up in the air. You know, it depends. It depends how she handles the story, whether or not we're going to include her in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's like TBD.
Yeah.
You know?
Zoe Saldana for Candace Owens. Okay.
We'll think about it. Consideration.
Actually, maybe.
Wait, no. Gabrielle Union. Done and done. AJ in the chat, you are the winner. You are the winner.
And she hasn't done anything in a while.
Yeah.
You're right.
She needs a comeback.
She needs work.
Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, she's like married to D Wade and she's doing just fine, but yeah, girl could use a comeback.
She could use a comeback. All right. Gabrielle Union will be Candace Owens.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I also really do like, who is that other one? God, I'm so afraid of my own internet right now. What was God, Zoe Saldana. I like love her. I loved her in Black Swan. I just love her and everything. I loved her in Guardians of the Galaxy. I just like really like her.
Yeah, she's really good. And I first started loving her from what was it? The dancer movie, the other dancer movie. Oh God.
Not Black Swan.
No. You know what I'm talking about?
Save the Last Dance, or like
no,
shoot.
God, it's gonna drive me crazy.
Happy Feet.
Nope. Nope. Center Stage.
I love that movie. That's literally one of my favorite movies. It's like very embarrassing to admit, but
yep.
It's that movie gives me life.
When I used to hate ballet, I used to go home and watch that just to like remember like that it's cool.
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
Who would play Tim Pool?
Bobby Lee.
No, it doesn't look like him.
Well, if you want it to be funny.
That's true.
Oh, Justin Long I could see that.
Oh. Yeah, we would need to see how all these people look in beanies to this. Yes, okay, this is good. Justin Long is also giving me like Shane Cashman vibes, like just his face. But
I'd say
maybe.
Jim Caviezel. I'd say Jim Caviezel over before that.
How do you spell that? Jim
Chaviezel.
Oh, Caviezel.
Caviezel, yeah.
Whoa, who's this Silver Fox man?
What?
I've never heard of this person.
He's the guy who played Christ in The Passion of the Christ.
Oh, I still haven't seen that.
He got blacklisted because he came out kind of as a big time Christian and
wow.
I don't want to say Republican, but conservative, yeah.
So you want this guy to play Tim?
Oh God, no, Shane. People in the chat were saying probably him for Shane.
Oh, I like Owen. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
I do like the brothers though. That's
I do like any excuse to get the Wilson brothers involved.
Right, because then they can have the same trailer. They're not going to fight. You know, it's like they can share lunches. It's like, you know, we can save some money that way. You know, you got to be financially smart here, folks.
Oh my God.
We don't need all these A-listers, by the way. Think of people that haven't been around in a while. You know,
Think
they
of
could
the
probably
budget.
use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got about $25 left. So
This is a great idea. Blackface Justin Trudeau as Candace.
oh my God. Oh. By the way, did you watch Steel Toe Morning Show this morning?
No, I am so behind.
Oh my God. There's this video going around of these girls out in Philadelphia where they had black spray paint and they were on a live stream spray painting each other.
Oh no.
Yeah. And they go to like a Catholic prep school. And like one of the girls is like, remember, it's February. And they're like laughing. And she's like, you're a slave now. These girls.
Oh my God.
I'll see if I can find the video.
That is so funny.
Bad.
But
Yeah, it's like young kids just, I get it. We've all made mistakes on stream, but kids in high school, you're going to do stupid stuff. Just put the phone down. Put the phone down.
Who would play Umbrella Guy? Nobody knows what he looks like.
No, that's what I'm saying. For it would after the Johnny Depp Lawtooth movie where he was played by Matthew McConaughey's voice, he would come back as Matthew McConaughey's voice.
The voice, yes, of course. He has a very soothing voice, Tug.
Yeah. Eliza Blue has come back now, and she's realized that she's about to get sued. It's all right. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Just an actual umbrella. An umbrella with Matthew McConaughey behind it. That's who will play it.
Exactly. Pops out from time to time. Let's see.
Oh my God.
Putin
Toot. Super chat. I'm a fan of what TimCast has built. I've put up with Tim's fragile ego due to his guests. I'm tapped out now, coupled with the Eliza Blue Murphy grift. Get it, Eliza Blue Murphy. Fuck yeah. I feel for him. Filthy thoughts. Ryan Reynolds or Henry Cavill as Frank. Personality wise, Ryan Reynolds is a total fit. God, you know who he Chris Pine.
Oh, I'll just bring him in as my boyfriend or something.
Just to like have him as arm candy.
Exactly. Like, excuse me, I'm here with this man who likes me and has sex with me, but I'm here to ask you some questions.
Nancy Grace, stop it. You gotta stay focused. I've always relied on the kindness of strangers. Hello, Chris.
Seriously.
Oh fuck.
I'm trying to find this one video because it's
How is your documentary coming along?
So I got a good chunk of it, a lot of it done actually. I've had a number of more survivors that have stepped forward.
Real ones or ones like Eliza?
Well, I mean, they say real. Like that the one that I spoke to yesterday, she actually was talking about and this was weird, how a lot there's code colors in trafficking.
Ooh.
And they do it by your hair color.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like, is it a direct correlation? Like red is red, blonde is yellow or something?
Yeah. Like blue has one. Purple has one. She talks about
I'm afraid to
it.
even Google this.
I know, right? Like I even was like, ooh, I got to look into this. But you know, I mean, you do see the differences though in how survivors of it, you know, are really, really afraid to come forward because especially the one that she's currently in a lawsuit right now and she's using it to get her kids back because what they do is they try to like, you know, hold kids against you in court or whatnot. She's got 2 kids and she's like, I wouldn't come forward even if I was offered $1 million. She's like, because just the sheer fact that they can use stuff against me or the fact that I'm trying to get, you know, but the one thing that she did say that was really interesting was that she talked about how a lot of these foundations take this money and these foundations are very grifty where they're like, oh yeah, like, you know, help us save all these girls. And then when they're like, hey, I need shelter, I need clothing, I need this, I need that. They're like, oh, well, we have to wait to hear it back from the government. But meanwhile, you know, and she said, she's like, there's not a lot of help that you get. She's like, so if anything, you know, what Eliza should be doing in her advocacy is encouraging people, you know, to really check up on these foundations and to see where the money's going, because a lot of these foundations, there was one where one brought it forward to me last week, and she was like, because she was a survivor herself, and she's like, I keep getting emails from this guy, and she goes, I don't know about this foundation. I do a quick Google search, and I'm like, this guy is already under federal investigation for embezzlement, and this is a trafficking foundation, and it's just really sad at what's happening, where trafficking is becoming a grift,
Wow.
Not that, again, not assuming that that's what Eliza's doing at all or not, because again, the story really is the censorship part of it. But
Right.
if we can at least bring awareness to what all these other, quote, fake foundations are doing, I think that's a good thing to expose too.
Yeah, I don't know is this the same woman who was in the Twitter space the other day who was talking about that so many of these organizations are fake?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I had a longer talk with her. And then even had a talk with Gabe of Open Secrets, who's going to be coming on, or who will be in it, talking about more of the whole idea where she said, that she got all of these terms and stuff removed for CP, that the way that she's kind of putting it out there is false information. That's not the way that it's done, and it actually kind of hurts the cause. And well, I'll explain, all of it, because I was talking for like an hour and a half last night, kind of detailing how it all works, because it's all really, really detailed, and how it all is broken down and everything. But again, like, it's just, I think the biggest thing that people have questions about, though, is I think, why the censorship, and then B, I think the other question that I don't think she realizes, that has nothing to do with the music videos, is what activism are you actually doing?
Do you think, right, that's good for the documentary, but do you think that's the thing, is if there weren't holes in her story and it didn't seem like she was lying about so much, would people really be asking, like, hey, what actual work are you doing?
Well, and that's just the thing, and the woman that I talked to last night, she's like, if she's with the foundation, is she just making phone calls? Because, I mean, okay, fine, but they don't really she never goes into the actual work that she does. Are you picking up these survivors and bringing them somewhere, like she said with the girls that did that with her for that Annie's house or whatever? There's just a lot of questions that people have, and there are some things, yes, I 100% understand you can't talk about. For example, victims of domestic violence. You're not going to hear how they pick these women up, when they pick them up, how they pick them up, where they take them. You're never going to hear that, because that actually is for their own safety. But if you're a survivor and you're advocating for this kind of stuff, you're at least, if anything, if survivors reach out to you, or if people who need help reach out to you, and you're ignoring them, I mean, come on,
Yeah.
At least from the survivors, the people that I've talked to who are survivors and have said, hey, how can I help? And they hear nothing back, which that's also interesting.
Ashton had been speaking with some Andrew Tate survivors, and Eliza asked her for their contact info. And when Ashton followed up later on, was that a microwave? When Ashton followed up later, when Ashton followed up later on with the survivors, or at least one, maybe more. Mm-hmm. Hey, did Eliza ever get in touch with you? And they said no. So it's like,
so then how is she?
Like, what is she doing? What is she actually doing?
Well, then how is she also then representing them on TimCast?
I mean, all you have to do is say it, right? You don't really need to show proof.
This is true. Well, and then there were multiple times, if people remember from watching the show, where she says, I'm not going to go into that. And then also too, I mean, there's just this whole legal aspect, and then this is one of the biggest things that I said yesterday in the Twitter space, because there is, she talks about her legal team. Now, it could be a number of different things, but what I think it is I think it actually could be the lawyer that she tweeted out the picture with from the NCOSC, the National Center for Exploited Children. And if they are her legal team and they're looking into all of this stuff for her, okay, that means they're taking time away to work on her, quote, case, and not actually helping the victims that still need help. And to me, if she's taking time away from actual victims, And that's something that, I've emailed them about and said, are you helping her? Are you working with her? Get nothing back.
Wow.
Because I think a lot of them just kind of look at it as, oh, this is just a bunch of internet sleuths and trolls trying to figure stuff out. And that's the thing, like with Tim. And I agree with you 100% that he's really kind of in between a rock and a hard place, because it's hard to just kind of keep the peace online. I know 100%, but at the same time, there are going to be people though that are going to say, hey, like, we want you to look into this, because they trust you. They trust that you're going to do that.
Right. It comes from, like, even though there's so much negativity, it comes from a place of like, hey, we trust you to handle this, and we respect you to a degree. Because if no one were asking him to do it, it's like he's definitely not nobody. He's absolutely somebody, and it might not come at him the right way or in a good way, but it's like it comes from a place of him. People want him to like take the wheel and kind of handle shit.
Well, and that they look at him as like, hey, if you're this journalist and you can get to the bottom of it, they're clearly continuing to ask you because they've read Shane's articles and they don't think that he's getting to the bottom of it, or they just don't think that that's going to help in any way. And if we want to talk about the Shane article for a second, he's talking about her backstory, and that's fine. Again, at this point, she could be. I mean, when I tweeted this out yesterday, the blurred lines between human trafficking and prostitution are very blurred. So at this point, Eliza very well could have been. She very well could have been. But again, I don't care anymore. I care about the censorship. And that's what Shane didn't really take her to task with.
No. Just asked her one thing. Oh, what do you say to people who tweeted the public images of the World Star Hip Hop video? Oh God, it was like this horrible paragraph. Oh, well, I would say it's not public anymore, but it was at the time, but it's not now. I'm sorry that people are confused. It's not, basically saying, but it's, her whole excuse was like, but it's not public now. And then he was like, okay, moving right along. Like, what the fuck? That's what this whole thing is about.
Right. Yeah. And like Megan Fox is in the process of trying to figure out if there actually is a lawsuit that she says that is in the courts right now. Aiden Turtle Boy, he first showed me the paragraph where Shane's like, she showed me the case number, or she told me what the case number, and I said okay, and it's like, oh, so she's your source. You're not gonna go get court records. You're not gonna call the courthouse. You're not gonna.
Wow.
You had all this time there. If it's being filed in the county that she lives in, because a lot of times these courts, you have to go there and be physically in person to get the court documents. Actually, good 85% of the time. And it's like, you didn't want to go do that. I mean, come on, dude.
So when do you think you'll be able to put it out? Are you having multiple parts still?
Nope, it's going to be one big one.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. And are you concerned about putting it on YouTube, considering that our videos got taken down for featuring even a few seconds of her?
It will not be on YouTube.
Okay.
Just because after the takedown of my stuff, I mean, maybe eventually I'd put it on YouTube, but like, I doubt it. I'm probably going to release it strictly on Rumble.
It's like, why would you, after your videos were taken down? It's like you're setting yourself up to get fucked. So yeah.
Yeah. And so that's one of the things. And so like, as far as when it's dropping, it's going to happen after Shane's final article drop, just because I want to make sure that I have all of my ducks in a row for what he comes out and says.
Right. Because no one's been able to get close enough to her to ask her any questions. She's not responding to people. She just is going on having meltdowns on Twitter. She's not really answering questions very much. So he has a proximity that nobody else has. So we hope that he asks the questions that need to be asked.
And, I do have to say one thing that was really eye-opening to me in the second article. And maybe it's just because I come from a crazy, overbearing Italian mother who, still to this day calls me every day, is still overbearing at 35 years old. I do not understand how they let their child go out to Hollywood at 17, 18 to live there out on her own, not having anything lined up as far as going to school.
Yeah. And it's not like she got cast in a big movie and she'll have handlers and she had a gig. Like, she just went to LA to, like, figure it out, which people do, you know. They move to a big city to, like, pursue their art or whatever. But at that young of an age to move with, like, no particular big thing lined up, it's, like, very risky.
I mean, for for F's sake, Britney Spears, when she went out to LA at 15, I mean, her mother left her father and went with her and was with her the entire time. And then she got her
Wow.
manager. You know, like, it's one of these things where so I looked at that and I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Then her mother gets a call from her friend saying that she's not doing good and she's into drugs. My mother would be on the first flight out. She would find me wherever the heck I was in that city, drag me by my hair all the way back home to Chicago. Okay.
Yeah.
But so the fact that she wasn't no one was on the first plane out, and I get it, they're like probably like, okay, maybe this is just her friend Tattlean or whatever. But then you get a call from the doctor and they set her up a flight to come home. My if I was in the hospital with a drug overdose, allegedly SA, one of my parents, if not a sibling, would be out on the next flight. Then, if I ever thought I wanted to go back to LA, my parents would say, not happening, sweetheart. We're actually going to go back to LA to get the rest of your crap and you're coming home.
But I have a car and apartment. Any loving parent would be like, yeah, fuck all that. Like, you not getting wrapped up in this again is my top priority. You know, it's not like they were poor. It would have made sense. Even if you didn't have a lot of money, I could see like my parents growing up, I could see them being like, no, fuck it. Like, we don't need to go back. You don't need to go back to LA to get a car or deal with an apartment. Like, just stop your payment, whatever it was. Like, I'm sure the parents were paying for it
or
some
they
of
put
it.
me in a rehab and my parents would just go out and get everything themselves.
Yes. Yeah. She should not have been the one to go back to, like, retrieve the car, if that's even the real story.
And that's the one thing is, like, when Megan Fox had a whole thread on it and I read that and I was like, you know what? That is one thing that I do think nobody is looking at. And it's like there's no how-to book on how to parent a kid. Everybody's got different parenting styles, and I'm not here to trash any other parents or anything. However, I do feel like, at least like even Megan said it too, like there was a little bit of neglect here. And now, mind you, Eliza has said, oh, I was just too crazy and they knew that they couldn't handle me. And maybe that was their deal. We can't handle her and she's going to have to figure it out on her own. I could see that too, but it's just, I feel like there was just, I think it's a little bit of both here. But let me tell you, my mom would have me in a straitjacket and the next psych ward. I would be 5150. So I would be 5150 times 50 if I ever thought about going back to LA after something like that happened to me,
Yeah. People are saying that Anna is going pretty hard on Eliza right now. Let's pull up her tweet. No one abused you, Eliza. This is in response to, today I have changed my story conveniently.
But this is who?
Anna, that Star Wars girl.
Oh,
she's saying no one abused.
And the other one.
Oh, no one abused you, Eliza. You are not the victim. Venti and everyone else you flagged and censored is. You chose to sexualize yourself. Then when questions about it, you attacked. You are a pathological liar, and everyone is done with your BS. Free Brittany Venti. And that gets a retweet from me. Again, Eliza Blue, you fought to exploit yourself. You bragged about being a video vixen and hunting down the owner of WorldStar to get that video made. Nothing was nude, but you made the suggestive content, not the people questioning you about it. You are the liar and an abuser. Woo! I can't stop retweeting this. You, Eliza Blue, chose to willingly exploit yourself. You are not a victim of anything but your own actions. You have been caught lying in 4K multiple times, completely disproving your, quote, story. So yes, you want people to believe you. You better stop providing some hard evidence.
She seems like a little sweet girl, that Anna. But you
piss her off.
Yeah, that's a F around and find out with her. I mean, she doesn't. Yeah. She's like what my Italian mother says. She shoots right between the eyes when she's angry,
I think Anna might be Italian. There's something. What is she, Portuguese? There's something there.
She's definitely a romance something. One of the romance languages.
She's a romance. Should I tweet this movie flyer that Frank made?
Oh, hell yeah.
Let me see if he's tweeted it already. God, it's just so great. That's what we should be. I can't wait for the Netflix version. I guess if it is the Netflix version, everyone's gonna be black, but okay. Coming what is it? Coming this summer.
And
We'll
that's
tweet this together.
That's the one thing too, is when I saw the tweet of, how she's now adding this to her Survivor story. I mean, it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And if you after you tweet that out, you have to look at the tweet that I did. It's Aaron and April from this morning. Oh my God. He had the biggest rant on Tim and Jeremy this morning that was goddamn hilarious. But if you look at my tweet that I sent, it was their little dance routine that they had was hilarious.
Whose dance routine?
You'll see it when you go to my Twitter page. I took a little clip of it.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, wow. Frank made an updated one. All right. Never mind.
Oh.
Abort.
Uh-oh.
An updated flyer. Probably added more characters like Candace Owens.
Oh, boy.
No, this looks the same.
Let's see. Who did he add?
Oh, he did. Okay, here it is. It looks the same. It looks the same, Frank.
God dang it, Frank.
God damn it. Oh, he texted it to me. You belong to the... What would the songs be on Fields of Blue?
Oh, hang on. Shit, you want to hear the theme song?
You belong to the night. You belong to...
No, you know that the documentary has a theme song, right?
No. Am I gonna get dinged for playing it?
Nope, because it was actually custom.
Is it wait a second. I think I know what the theme song's gonna be. Is it gonna be this?
I can't hear anything.
What? Your song?
We can't hear anything, you weirdo. You're just bopping your head.
You didn't hear this?
No, you look like a weirdo just bopping
I heard
your head. There we go. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. I DM'd you the actual theme song, though. It's actually really catchy, too. But yeah, you could for sure play it. It's by this guy, Rad Remington. He's out of Nashville. And he's actually an amazing composer.
Rad Remington.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. He's totally rad.
It's titled very appropriately, Caught in Your Lies by Rad Remington.
Spinning the web of your lies.
Ooh.
I know, right?
Trying to sell your
One Woman Story.
Just about 50. Stepping on all of those things that you're thinking will stop your rise.
Oh, I like it. It sounds almost
right?
like... Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Let's see what the middle sounds like.
It's to burn you.
Ooh.
The more that you try to hide it, the more it will burn through.
Oh, the lyrics are relevant.
Oh, yeah. It definitely... Those Almond slaps like Eliza's cellulite ass.
Oh, no.
Do not body shame.
Do not. This is not... We are not here to body shame.
Yeah, we're gonna get our video pulled again. Do not body shame. She was image related abused. What is it?
Oh, digitally exploited?
No, God, what are we? I'm trying to remember the exact.
We are digital cannibals.
No. Oh, no, you stupid hell. Where is it? Where is it? Hang on. Let me go to Eliza Blue. God, it's an exact term because I never knew that I could be this.
Let's read the super chat from Martin. Please use that pretty mouth and morning after voice to talk about something more interesting than that tunt Come catcher, easy blue. Entertain us, vamp.
Vamp.
Joe, pure blood. Talk to Josiah about creating it on the epic verse. What? I don't know. Creating what? Oh, the this fictional video we're gonna do. Movie Jedi Shredder. Come on, we're talking modern day Hollywood. Needs to be diverse. Where are the race and gender swaps? Tim Pool will be played by Don Cheadle. Eliza will be played by Elliot Page, formerly Ellen. Quartering will be played by Anthony Anderson, and Farron will be played by Kate Jenner. Oh no, come on. No,
Hey, I'll take it.
That's
That's fine.
Laughing
I
dog.
mean,
the interests EB most likely protects is her family's. She's up front. Ooh. Again, a lot of this is all speculation here. These are all just ideas.
Allegedly.
Pudding Truth. Bobby Lee for Tim, Mel Gibson for Luke. We Are Change. Oh, right. Forgot about Luke. Drone Guy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Elon Musk. Yes, Elon will have to be in this.
Oh, God. Elon is himself.
Drone. Yeah, Elon should star as himself. Drone Guy, a literal Muppet with a beanie as Tim. Oh. Boo Beats. Farron, have you seen Monty's vid, Divinity Fudge? It sounds like a porn.
No, but I have seen it. It's it's one of my haters. And it was no
Ooh, Daisy Ridley as Anna. Interesting.
Oh boy. Okay, it is an image-based sexual abuser.
Image-based sexual abuse. So you posted a photo I don't like. Therefore, you're an image-based sexual abuser.
Now, I want to make this very clear. As I've tweeted not too long ago, the Chicago Bulls, the Chicago Sun-Times, and Jeremy Piven are image-based sexual abusers against myself.
Wow.
Yeah, because they took, I mean, it was knowingly good, like, pictures of me, but I said they couldn't use it. So lawsuits might be happening. Especially against you. Jeremy Piven, you did not make the movie because of that.
She sounds like you were trafficked.
100% I was. They put my image on the Chicago Sun-Times and expected for me to, for them to contact me via that. I didn't know that I was on there. When is Michael Malice going to have me on?
Have you reached out to him?
Well, we'll see. He might be one of my traffickers too, coming up in the near future.
Puddin' to Condoleezza Rice as Candace. No nonsense.
She's too busy trying to drum up our next war, folks. Her calendar's booked.
Jerry RN, looks like Eliza Blue changed her story again, or as of today. Yeah, she sure did. She's just looking for something that people believe. Okay, she's just trying to find something everyone can get behind. What's wrong with that?
Here's the problem. I know, right? I'm sitting next to my living room window. Here's the problem, because I'm actually getting ready to interview Ashton Birdie in like an hour and a half.
Oh, nice.
Here's the problem, is that like let's actually like stop for a second and just kind of look at some of these tweets, because I don't know if this is narcissism on full display or if this is like a cry for help.
Ooh.
And I'm really trying to, that's why like I really kind of just have looked at her tweets and I'm just like, I don't know how to take this. No, I did say, like I said, if you look at my most recent tweet, you'll kind of see my initial reaction to how I took it via Aaron and April. But it is a question. I'll DM it to you. It's so funny. There you go. This is them this morning.
Hold on. Oh, you're jazz handsing. Okay, I was snapping. You're jazz handsing.
On the bile in my throat.
You see, Tim? That's freedom.
What? What is this even in regards to?
Okay, I was snapping. Jazz handsing.
I'm actually on the bile in my throat.
You see, Tim? That's freedom.
What is the context for this?
So they went through the latest Tim Pool Twitter thread, and Aaron they're both not fans of either Tim or the quartering. They make that very known.
Okay.
To each their own. But they read through his entire thread, and it ended something on the, like, hoping to make this place a better world or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they stopped, and then Aaron stopped, and then he did the whole snapping thing, and then April was like, "Woo!" You have to kind of go back and look at. I think it's like at 4 hours and 13 minutes in on their show from this morning, but oh my god, then he goes on this epic rant of Jeremy and Tim. Let me tell you, folks. Besides Mayr in the morning, Steel Toe Morning Show is slowly working its way up
early. Like they start at 6 a.m. I can't compete with that at all.
No, hell no. And I'm up at my new schedule. I'm actually up at like 5 a.m. now all the time. I know.
Wow,
weird.
You're like a newswoman.
No, I'm like a grandma. But I'm like outside.
Old
ready
people
to catch
wake
the
up
morning
early,
paper.
like just to make sure they're still alive. Like that, they're just like, ah.
That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
Like I'm outside ready to catch the morning paper to be like, where are you? Where have you been? You're 2 minutes late.
Wow.
But yeah, no. So watching them has been actually a funny delight. But like this morning, they were just going through all the quartering stuff, and I messaged him. I was like, "Hey, Tim's already gotten a whole new thread out. Like, you're a little behind here, buddy." And he was like, "What? I didn't even have time." And I was like, "Yeah, this relationship is back and forth, And then now with the Eliza tweets, you're just kind of like, and I'll tell you, folks, the emotions are high on all of this, which is the craziest part. Because it's like,
oh, but people aren't interested in drama, Farron. We're supposed to all do this without having emotions or feeling.
There's
no
so
drama.
much. Think about it. I feel like I'm Stefan. Remember Stefan?
Yes.
From SNL, where he's like,
he's like,
Chrissie, I have
club
the best.
has everything.
This new club
melted
has everything.
Midgets. Yeah.
Everything. It has
Blue head. It has everything. It has purple-haired liars. It has grifters, shifters, and Jews.
Yeah, shapeshifters. Human parking cones.
Human traffickers. Yes. Digital cannibals. Everything.
Yes, everything. And it's on. It's like some, underneath like the viaduct just before you get to Dumbo, all the way up. And it's like that's how I feel like this. It has everything. It has drama, fake human trafficking, real human trafficking. Comedy.
This show has everything. Drama, real human trafficking, fake human trafficking, purple-haired sluts, prostitutes,
Julian
grifters,
Assange.
strippers, Julian Assange for some reason.
That's how I feel this entire thing is.
Broken gutters.
Exactly. And a $50,000 lawsuit from your own family.
This show has everything. Tesla coats, free Teslas that nobody can find.
I know, right?
Cornfields, soybean.
A man who goes to the White House in a beanie and a skater outfit.
Beanies.
Oh god. And finally Candace Owens. There's seriously just so much. It's like a comedy skit at this point.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm seeing long-haired Jared Leto played as Ian Parsons.
Yes. All right, I'm checking Candace's Twitter. Do we see anything new from her?
Uh-oh.
Nope. Talking about Russia, talking about James O'Keefe and Project Veritas. Huh. Okay. Only thing was 15 hours ago, and she responded to a quartering tweet saying, "Please reinstate Venti," and she just quote tweeted said, "Agreed."
Well, there you go, folks. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's the crux of all of this. It's just abusing power for censorship. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. Hold the phone. This is from yesterday. This might not even be relevant, but this is Candace quote tweeting Tim's tweet. "The truth is, it's all planned out. Crowder and DW." This might have been when he was like in his feelings. Who knows? TimCast in the quartering. Veritas and O'Keefe. You don't think it was a coincidence, did you? Maybe this was him when he said he was joking around and people didn't understand his joke. Candace says, "Can you explain this further? please. Who planned what? What is the truth? Don't leave something ambiguous to foster conspiracies.
Yeah, see,
and then
that was
he's just joking.
yeah. Oh God. But
Oh,
that's what
no.
happens when you jump in on a grift too late. You
Right.
don't
Candace,
get
you're
the
late.
jokes. Yeah. Where are you on CPT? You are on CPT.
She is. She's
to
on
this grift.
CPT to this issue. She's
Yes!
about 2 or 3 weeks too late.
Yep.
She
Exactly.
didn't arrive on time. She arrived in time.
Exactly. And I want to make one thing clear here too, because I know a lot of people have been, there's been like also like all this infighting, and people are like, oh, Farron's working with DeFango and she's doing this. And no, like, I'll tell you who I'm working with on this documentary. One, you're looking at her on screen.
Yourself.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about you. And then
Oh.
Frank is the executive producer on this. And, you know, we've actually been making
He's
it so
the
that
executive producer of memes. I think that's his full title.
100%. Yes. But no, like DeFango, like I've interviewed him, and he might make, you know, parts here and there. I'm actually going to interview Mersh as well. I'm going to interview a number of different creators, or if anything, take from some of their shows to show a number of people were on this, possibly even Zero Dark Tony, even though his giant meltdown this morning. You know, just to kind of make everything fair. And then I was even messaging Chrissie yesterday. I was like, hey, I watched
Don't worry about what's fair. Worry about what's best for the doc. Like, don't let possibly bruising somebody's ego over leaving out their snippet. Like, don't let that factor in. Sometimes editing has to happen, you know, like, don't.
Oh, I'm not saying fair,
Yeah.
like to have everybody like have a voice, like, you know, have a voice. No, I'm saying like fair in the sense of, you know, it started with Open Secret asking questions, then DeFango, then Mersh, then Zero Dark Tony. Like there was a transgression of what happened. And again,
and then notice finally, once women got involved, things really escalated.
Exactly. And so that's one of the things, is that I am not working with anybody except, you know, like my script and the people that, you know, Chrissie, myself, Frank, even other people have, you know, pointed me in the right direction. Hey, so-and-so would like to talk to you. So-and-so would like to talk. There's another great collaborator with me, Evie, who is the one who got the email from World Star. She's been putting out a lot of phone calls and kind of doing a lot of the grunt work, you know, that you do in a lot of these investigations. And, you know, then we have Greg Hoyt, who's another investigative journalist. We have Damian Moore, who's another one who's been following this since December 2021 and actually following her father's political aspirations and, you know, trying to get a hold of him. He was the one where her father said, I'll give you the interview, but you have to pull the article and it's all off the record. And he was like, that's not how this works. So yeah, it's one of these things where, you know, there's so many people involved, but, you know, at the end of it all, I mean, I'm kind of putting it all together and, you know, doing the scripts and all that other stuff. I mean, if eventually people will see it, but yeah, I'm not like working or like, you know, collabing with anybody that I've interviewed, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but we'll see. I mean, I will say there's a number of different storylines, and it's been really a challenge, but then also when I say fun, it's been fun kind of trying to figure out how to tell the whole story at the same time, you know?
Yeah, there's an art to it. So did you already say when it was going to come out? After Shane's part 3.
And I know people are like, oh, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to give a shit. No, trust me. This ain't dying anytime soon. This is not dying anytime soon, because I think that this is going to be picked up more and more and more. I mean, how long, and think about this. How long did people care about the Milo Yiannopoulos stuff?
Right. Years, I think.
Yeah. It's going to be a while. It's not going to be a flash in the pan.
Don't try to traffic this issue away from us. You know, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. And the whole idea of, you know, oh no, put it out first before it's, you know, nobody cares. No, I don't operate like that. I'm not the, you know, first before accurate. No, I want to be as accurate as I possibly can. And that's where you're going to see a lot of stuff has to be credited to people, you know, and that's the one thing I will say that's been interesting in all of this is, And I think this was kind of like where I had a little bit of gripes with stuff at first, because in journalism and in the news, when you look stuff up and it's been our team looking up stuff, and then we'll put stuff out there, and then people will take that stuff and then they'll kind of put it out as their own, and you're kind of like, wait a minute, but I got that. And in the news, for example, if I did a newscast, I'd have to say, according to Chrissie Mayr, or according to the quartering, or whatever, or according to documents obtained at the courthouse or whatever, it says blah 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 blah. Whereas like now, with everything with the internet and how it's fair use, you can get around it a lot easier as far as not having to credit people. But I still have to do it to avoid like a lawsuit, because this girl is going to go crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's been interesting to see like the different dynamics and how it works,
Yeah. Does any of that make you nervous? Like to see the videos taken down and to see like her threatening tweets and stuff like that? Does that make you feel like, oh, I got it? I mean, I'm sure you must know like lawyers, and you're putting it through the proper channels. And I mean, you probably made things like this before.
To a smaller scale, and it's been more on, like government people or police departments, or, just like government more style stuff. And that you actually have to be way more like on top of your game. So this has been a little bit easier. But like I said, it's just weird, like it's because it's just, I'm so used to having to see everything be credited.
I think interesting comment from William. I think Eliza was deployed to discredit human trafficking. She comes out and calls everything trafficking under the sun, and it becomes a useless term like Nazi and racist.
Mm-hmm.
Decent point, William.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Rad Remington, thank you for playing my song. Thanks, Rad. It's a great song.
And mind you too, like the craziest part about that too is again, looking at this definition these past couple of days of the difference of human trafficking and prostitution, it really does blur the lines, and it does really, I think, water down the severity of it.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for the so-called survivors that you're trying to help.
I mean, to be honest, when we think of human trafficking, what is the first thing that usually all parents think of, and usually everybody else? The movie
Sitting
Taken.
in traffic. Oh, yeah.
Or the movie Taken, where the girl's tied up to the bed. Her one friend dies. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it yet, there you go. But like, it's just, that's what you envision. Not, I was out stripping all night, and now I'm going back to my boyfriend, and he wants me to sleep with his friend.
Right.
That's not, we don't think of that as the same thing, but it can be, which is the craziest part.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Mm-hmm. Well, shoot. Let's see. There's like a couple people that I'm trying to get on record. One is Carly, who's already been on the record. I wanted to get her back on to refute some of these claims, because it seems like Eliza's being libelous of her, being like, oh, just saying things that aren't true, to totally disregard her point of view.
So, Carly,
hello. Hello. You're muted. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize if I close out of the app on my phone, you can't hear me. Are you talking about Carly, the one whose publicist I talked to?
No, that's Cherie. I'm talking about Carly Wenzel, who was featured in the Daily Beast article.
Oh, yes. Yeah. That one, when I read that, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Folks, she said that in the article that Shane wrote, that the last she heard that she was arrested on drugs and getting her kids taken away from her, I believe, was the verbiage she used.
It didn't sound good. Yeah.
Yeah. And if she does say that, or if Carly refutes that, whew.
Yeah. Yikes. I also have an ex-boyfriend who is anxious about going on the record, but was with her basically from like 95 to 04, 06. So, I mean, he can like literally speak to the time that she claims all this was going on.
Yeah.
But it's tricky. It's like, you don't want to pressure anyone to do something they would regret, I don't know. But it seems like, oh, you'd want to go on the record to help for like the greater good. But again, you can't pressure people.
Well, and they also run the risk of, there's another side to this where she has her people that
Right. That was a concern. Yeah.
that are they're gonna harass her, and it's just adding stress to your life. I get it.
Yup. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. So much drama, guys. And it appears Sydney Watson is suing the Blaze. My God, there's so much going on.
Oh boy.
I am starving. Farron, thank you so much for jumping on. If there's anything I can do to help, always just let me know.
You guys have been great. You and Frank have been angels in all this. You guys are amazing. So props to you guys. But I'm gonna let you finish your super chats and then go eat. But thanks again for having me on.
Farron.
Love it, everybody.
Love
Take care, guys.
Bye. That was Fair and Balanced, everyone. Can't wait for her documentary. Woo! Okay. All right. Thanks for tuning into Mayor of the Morning. I'll talk to you guys later. See you on Friday Night Tights at 4 o'clock Eastern. Bye, everybody.